I interviewed Trina not too long ago.
Mm-hmm.
The two of you were in the studio.
Mm-hmm.
She said that she feels that Rico Love is one of the greatest musicians of this generation.
Wow.
She said, you know, she puts you up there with like Kanye.
Wow. That's super dope.
And this is coming, you know, this is not a new artist by any stretch of the imagination. This is someone, you know, who's been doing records for the last 15 years maybe.
Yeah.
You know, it's probably worked with almost every producer and everything else like that. What did you guys create?
I worked on some songs for her. Like we just had some conversations, and me and Trina are friends. You know, we always been cool. And my passion and what I always wanted to get into was executive producing projects and having success with that.
Mm-hmm.
I've never had that opportunity. There's no way I could ever compare myself to Rodney Jerkins. There's no way I could ever compare myself to Timbaland. There's no way I could ever compare myself to Pharrell, Kanye West. I've never had the opportunity to executive produce a project and really give my take on it. You know, Timbaland had Aaliyah and Missy. You know, Kanye got Jay and all those Kanye projects. Rodney Jerkins had Brandy.
Yeah.
Quincy Jones had Michael.
Yeah.
You know, I never had, Dallas Austin had Monica. I never had the opportunity.
Well, you had Usher.
I never had the opportunity to executive produce an Usher album.
The whole album, you just did songs.
I did a few songs, and I wasn't fulfilled with that. I haven't written songs for artists in 2 years, bro. I took 2 years off to do my own record, and I've been the most happiest. I haven't made any money in 2 years.
You had some money coming in, though.
I mean, I got money, but I'm just saying, I haven't made money in 2 years.
Right. Let's not talk about the publishing that keeps coming, but you haven't made new money in 2 years.
I haven't made no new money in 2 years. So I want people to understand, I'm so passionate about what I'm doing. I'm having so much fun in what I'm doing because I believe in something. And a person who doesn't know how to dream and doesn't know how to believe in something that's beyond them, they'll never understand that. They'll say, that's stupid. You should just get your money and blah, 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 because that's a safe way of going about things.
Right.
I believe in what I'm doing, and I know that what I'm doing is going to matter and it's going to make an impact, right?
Sure.
And when I look at the opportunity to work with an artist like Trina, most people will question it. Well, you just talked all this stuff about substance and all this stuff. Why would you work with Trina? How can I change anything? How can I make an impact on anything unless I tackle on something that I feel like could be great, it could be big, and it could be my opportunity to make a dope project, regardless of whatever. What if I could just tell you I want to make an incredible project with Trina? We did a few songs. We did 1 or 2 songs, but we haven't had the idea to go in yet. But if we have the opportunity to go in like we plan on going in, this would be my opportunity to roll up my sleeves and take her voice and insert it into different records and chop it up and try experiment with different sounds and productions, and it'll be like a task. It'll be fun for me to be able to have control of something. I have never had that opportunity. I did it with Kelly Rowland. I did her most of her project for 2 years. At the end of it, we put out Motivation, had extreme level of success, and then it was like they slammed the door on me. Not Kelly.
Right.
Just altogether, the company was like, all right, cool. The 2 years you spent working on that project, yeah, that's cool. We got success with Motivation. We'll catch you the next time. Same thing with Nelly when we did all those records and spent all that time. And after that, you know, I barely worked on the next project after that. I want to be able to contribute to something and give my true input from start to finish, have that EP credit and have, you know, and until I'm able to do that, I don't have the desire to work with a bunch of different artists. You know, if I got to move back in the projects and start all over again, that's cool too. But at the end of the day, that ain't gonna happen. But at the end of the day, I just feel like I want to enjoy what I do. I want to have fun. I want to smile when I wake up. I don't want to be stressed out because I'm so frustrated at what I'm hearing on the radio and I don't have no power. You give your songs to these labels and you do all this and they're like, all right, cool, yeah, oh yeah, blah 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 just came along and he did this record and we're gonna make that the single. And you're like, but that ain't. We discussed this whole vision. We discussed this whole journey. We just spent 2 years. We was just eating together and really sleeping in the studios together and talking and fighting and hugging and crying and laughing. And then that goes to nothing. I don't want to be a part of that no more.
Well, remember being you know, we talked about this offline about, you know, I heard French's album kind of late. Mm-hmm. And I remember someone put me up on the Drink Freely, and I'm like, yo, this is dope. Like, why wasn't this a single? And I even hit you. I was like, yo. And then I looked at the credits. I'm like, oh, shit, Rico Love. I know him. Like, let me hit him up real quick. And I'm like, yo, this is a dope-ass record. Like, why wasn't that a single?
I begged French to make that a single. You gotta understand, I did Freaks and Ain't Worrying About Nothing.
Yeah.
I would have gave any of those up to make Drink Freely a single. You know why? We've never heard French like that before.
Nah, it was
Drink
kind of
Freely is a record we've never heard French.
Kind of like a love song, but sort of
Not a love song, but just something smooth.
Like a girl song.
It was that moment where people could see a different side of him, and until we know, we don't know if it would have worked or not worked, but we didn't have that opportunity to even try, because at the end of the day, they were going with the same type of energy. I felt like on the records, it was like, we got to get the club, we got to get this, we got to turn up, we got to do this, and it makes
we
a great.
Gotta get the big names.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna judge him because French is a very talented dude.
Yeah.
I fuck with French, you know what I mean? So I'm not gonna sit here and try to make it seem like I'm bashing French, but I did beg him, like, bro, I'm telling you, this the record, not because I was featured on it, not just because I wrote it and produced it. It was like, bro, this is an opportunity for people to see you in a different light.
Yeah.
And you could have a different fan base based upon this record.
It ain't gonna be more than just a street fan base,
Exactly.
which I think that he came up in.
Exactly.
And I remember I knew French early.
Yeah,
we were doing DVDs like together back in the day. Yeah.
So I understand, and that's where a lot of the frustration came on my part, was being a part of projects that you didn't really have control over. And you know, people want to do their own thing, and I get it. I just feel like I want to put myself in a position as an artist that I'm so sought after, that people respect what I do, and maybe even if it's on some bandwagon shit, I'll take it.
Right.
Whatever it is, I want to be so strong as an artist that I can say to a company when they say, we want a record from you, and I say, I'm doing the whole project or nothing.
Right. Because I think like Kanye's executive producing Rihanna's new album.
I think that's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
When I heard 4 or 5 Seconds by Rihanna, it gave me hope, bro. Because I was like, this is an amazing song. Yeah. It's stripped, is a superstar singing an amazing, incredible song.
Yeah.
That just gave me hope. It made me know that I'm going in the right direction with my album.
You mentioned Kelly Rowland.
Mm-hmm.
You guys had it out a little bit during the course of making it?
I don't think we had it out. It was like Kelly was like a sister to me.
Okay.
And we was making that record, and we was, you know, we had our situation where we was going back and forth at one point. Because at first we was doing a dance album. We did a record called Commander that was huge internationally. And I think she got new management, and they were saying, we need to go urban. And they was like, you know, saying something about going. And I was like, well, that's what I do. Like, let's do that. Like, you told me you wanted a dance record, so that's why we were doing that. Because she had this huge success with David Guetta.
Right.
So she wanted to go that way, it made sense. So we got in and we made Motivation, and then we kind of switched gears, and I made a few more records for the album, All of the Night and Feeling Me Right Now, and a lot of different records on that, lots of different songs on that album. And after that, I just feel like after it took off, I feel like we didn't have that same connection. There's a person who held my child when he was born. There's a person who was, you know, come to my house, send me flowers and champagne for my birthday every year.
Right.
And I just felt like we was in the trenches when nobody cared about neither one of us.
Right,
I feel like when we
Kelly's
came
always
up,
had the second fiddle to Beyonce.
and that was the year she was, you know, we was in a
Starting
really
to
good
bubble,
position, and I feel like we should have continued that. This wasn't me, a guy who's saying we continue that because I'm holding on to Kelly. I went on to have like 8 #1 records after that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I was like, let's you know, keep it going. And I feel like when we didn't, I was really upset about it, because I was like, again, frustrated about not being able to really have my hand on something. I want to be in those conversations with Timberland. I can't be. I want to be in those conversations with Rodney Jerkins. I cannot be. They've done something. Obviously they came up in an era where it was different anyway, but at least they can say, I executive produced this project, and I was controlled it, and it's a classic.
Yeah.
I have yet to have that opportunity, and that's all I wanted. And with my project, I have that opportunity, and that's why I'm so excited about it.